How's it going, everybody? This is DeanoGTO, and today we're looking at the tank football mode in World of Tanks. And pretty much the way this mode works is you basically have three tanks to choose from. You have the 13105, the T62A, and the E100, and you're working on trying to get the highest rank possible. Like, there's technically like two sort of events going on at once. There's one trying to get this guy as a commander, and there's the other one trying to get this guy's football that's been signed by him. So this one here, the one I'm looking at right now, is the one for the football. And at the moment, I'm ranked 27 overall for the E100, or the Defender, like vehicle type. And as you can see here, like the highest people at the moment have 165 points. I actually didn't realize for a long time that you could actually get, I think, 15 points in a match. So once I realized that you could do that there, I started trying to work on that. I've been playing this for a few hours now. And like once I realized you could get 15 points, which was I think at this game here, then I started trying to like go for 15 points where I possibly could. And I think you have to pretty much get 3 goals in a game. How did I get 15 points in that? Oh no, 3 assists. Yeah, you either have to do 3 goals or 3 assists, I think it is, or just have some sort of input the entire way throughout the game, or have an input in like every goal, and you're going to get like a higher point score pretty much. So the point score I think is based off of, as an example, let's look at this game here. Like, it basically gives you productivity points, which I think the maximum is up to 15, and depending on how well you did in that game, that's how much you get pretty much. And it takes the best 15 games you have overall, and then uses them to like work out the overall rankings. Like my best 15 games at the moment add together equals 130 points. And this guy is, as an example, if I click on him, you can see like these are all the games that this guy's had, and that just shows you like the like quality of games that this guy has had pretty much. So pretty interesting system. I like the way it's been done. Also, like the other thing is, I think there are certain missions that go on each day, and if you're able to complete them all, you get a total of 3 cards to open. And if you open all 3 cards, then you get like a bunch of those like little tank things that I showed you, like in the midfielder, striker, and defender positions. And if you're able to fill out that entire thing with rank 1, I think, cards, then I think the way it works is you get the guy Buffon as a commander. And if I remember correctly, I could be wrong on this, so don't quote me on this, but I think you get him as a commander if you're able to complete that full event. But you do need to play pretty much every single day in order to do this. If I remember correctly, if I worked it out correctly, I could be wrong on that too. But you need to play on different separate days. There's no way for you to do it all in one day unless you buy the end package and just skip it. But if you get this guy as a commander, I think he comes with both Brothers in Arms and Sixth Sense as like base skills. So imagine like the Loza commander, who has Sixth Sense, but just plus Brothers in Arms. So basically you get Brothers in Arms, which is like from a Cromwell B crew, plus the Loza's Sixth Sense perk. So you get 2 of them in one, so that allows you just to focus on like repairs and what do you call it, and like view range skills and stuff like that there straight off the bat, and you'll train that crew member up like really quickly. So yeah, it's a pretty damn cool idea, if I'm honest. Okay, so we're back. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, this is a post-game commentary. I'm not going to even attempt to try and make it sound as if I'm actually playing the game. Initially, I did actually play this game live, but the problem was I didn't check how much hard drive space I had before I finished the recording, which was a pretty dumb idea looking back on it, because, well, it was pretty much like perfect. It summarized everything I really wanted to talk about, but I did something stupid and forgot to check my hard drive space, and pretty much what happened was I just ran out of hard drive space, and I only recorded like the first 30 seconds of the game. So yeah, a little disappointed in that, as you can probably imagine. But this game is going to basically show a phenomenon which I'm just going to refer to as corner jerking. Basically like circle jerking, but just with a ball in a corner. There's absolutely fucking nothing you can do about this phenomenon. And it's so stupid, but you're going to see it here now. Look, this can last. I have seen this last for 3 full minutes. Now the ball's in the corner. And it's just going to be it's going to be me trying to clear the ball out to there, but then the enemy E100 is just going to blast it, and it's going to go back into the corner, as you can see now. And it's in the corner. I'm going to blast it, trying to get it forward, and 13105 is trying to do something. I'm not sure what. The TC2 is driving into him, and looks like it's free. Nope. Now it's back into the corner, and now it's just going to be like another like 20 seconds of people just fucking around trying to get the ball out of the corner. The fucking corner circle jerk shit is so stupid in these maps. Like I really do think that instead of being basically like rounded rectangles, I really think these maps need to be like octagonal. Basically, like add like one little like flat piece like of like the side of this here. Like just put like one little flat zone like right there. Just don't make it rounded in the corner, because that is what makes it so fucking annoying. If it was flat there rather than being rounded, I think that would pretty much solve the issue. But because it's not flat, it is just so stupid. And I have seen that last for a full 3 minutes. That was one of like the funniest ones, because like whenever I was initially recording this here, like I actually said just before like the ball was about to get free from the corner, I said like, "Oh, do you think it's free?" I bet you it's not. And two seconds later, the E100 blasted back into the corner. I was just like, "I fucking told you." It was. I'm really annoyed I lost that recording. I'm going to be more aware of that shit in the future, because it was so fucking. It was pretty much perfect. I'm kind of annoyed at myself for like losing it. So now we're pretty much just in the circumstance where not really too much else happens from my end in this game. Just like we concede, I think one goal, or no, I think we concede 2 goals, and then we go to overtime. We win because we're able to keep the ball in their corner for enough time. But I may show you this entire match just anyway, because it just gives you a general idea of like what I do in a match, like just general things that I try to do when I can. So the ball's heading towards their E100, and yeah, completely mistimed a shot there. It's actually really tricky to get the lead right sometimes whenever it comes to like leading the ball, to try and get some shots into it, or trying to get like a shot into it to try and like get towards the goal, because the goal has so much sideways momentum that even if you hit it like just like right in the center of the goal, there's a good chance that it will only ever like. So as an example, let's just show you what I mean. Say if the ball is like here, but it's moving with a massive amount of like sideways momentum. If you shoot it when it's here, there's a good chance that it won't actually react until it actually is past the goal already. And whenever I'm saying like here, I mean like if it was like there, as an example. Like it would actually only go at a diagonal. It wouldn't go straight that way. It would go at a diagonal because it keeps the momentum from going sideways. So a lot of the time when you do put shots in at range, it doesn't actually go the way you maybe expect it to. Like it's not like Rocket League where if you come in and like whack a ball from the side, it may just go like straight on towards the goal. Depending on how you hit it, it doesn't really work exactly like that there whenever you're shooting the ball with your gun. And yeah, that was pretty much perfect by the enemy 100 there. That is why I tried, like, that is why whenever it comes to like the circle jerk, or not circle jerk, the corner jerk over here, I always try to push it out along that way there, because it's so easy. If someone gets the ball from there to like in this general area here, all it takes is their E100 getting one shot off, and then they're just going to be scoring really, really easily. Like, if the E100's a good shot, then pretty much they're going to score. Like, it's as simple as that. Because most of the time the E100 does have the sense to stay in the cap circle, or not the cap circle, in the box. And honestly, I recommend trying to stay in the box as much as possible. And this is a 2E100 team. If you don't know what I mean by that, there basically you can have maximum 2 of any type of vehicle. And if you have 2E100s, then basically like one of you is going to be kind of like a midfielder, and the other one of you is going to have to like stay in the box. Like personally, I prefer to be like the midfielder in that sort of circumstance, because I basically play as like a goalkeeper for the entire like midfield line if I can. Meanwhile, like the other guy just kind of like stays back and just kind of snipes the ball from range. Now the ball's coming like a massive speed, well not massive speed, decent speed, and now we're just trying to like blast it away again. Try and stop the corner situation happening, and I think my team is, nope, wow, what the hell caused that? And that's something else I've noticed. Sometimes the physics are a little bit inconsistent. Like sometimes the ball will just go to the moon for some reason, and you've no real reason, or you've no real idea why. Like whenever the ball is in a situation where it's like right in front of your gun and you're firing up into the air, like where the ball is, it makes sense for it to go flying into space. But it looked like that MX-13 shot the ball into the ground, but the ball for some reason bounced from the ground and went really high. It was like really strange. I don't know what exactly happened with the physics there for that to happen. Now we're in a situation where we've got the ball into the enemy corner, and pretty much we're going to have to try and like keep it in the corner if we want to win this. And this is actually a pretty damn good strategy if, well, if you don't think it's a bit of a bitch move, it's a good strategy. Like if you just keep the ball in the corner, and this is where, do you see that last shot that just came in there? Enemy 100 just put a shot straight there and just knocked it just gently into it there. And there's really not much you can do. Like I was a bit out of position there. I will admit I should have probably been there rather than there. Like I have a tendency to do that sometimes where I will just kind of hang out in this area here rather than being actually up on this zone here. Because if you're up on this zone here, then it's actually a lot easier for you to react to the ball. Meanwhile, if you're on the flat ground, then it's pretty easy for you to like get the ball like put over the top of your tank pretty much, and you can't really do much to stop it once it gets over the top of you. So pretty much at this point, we're just going to have to like, try and get a score in like, the next like 40 seconds, but I've already kind of revealed that we go to overtime, so, well, you're going to see us pretty much attempt to try and like get it over there if we possibly can. And we're doing a decent job of getting it over there, but then, well, the enemy E100 shoots the ball and like basically cancels out all the effort. So, yeah, like the E100 is an incredibly powerful vehicle in this mode. Like I would say the E100 and the AMX are probably the two most important vehicles. Like you either want to have two E100s or you want to have two AMXs in a game. Like having two T62s, like the T62 I just don't feel like is like the most important vehicle. I really don't like it can kind of substitute for both roles. However, I just don't feel like it's the most important vehicle at all. Like it just doesn't feel like that much of like an impressive vehicle in comparison to the others. Now I do prefer to play the T62 over the AMX, but it doesn't seem very remarkable in comparison to in comparison to the other vehicles. It's as you would imagine, it's just very middle of the road with the speed boost. But the problem with the speed boost is the speed boost is literally just cancelled out by somebody shooting your tracks. If somebody shoots your tracks while you have the speed boost active, that's pretty much your speed boost just nullified. Simple as that. And this, by the way, is how the game works whenever, and yeah, my lead was completely off there. I tried to go for a shot onto the goal, but can't bust it up. So this is how the game works whenever you're in overtime. Basically, like this little like line up here shows you how much points you're gaining for keeping the ball in the enemy's side. And if you keep it in the enemy side, that point meter just gradually ticks up. And as it's ticking up, that's getting closer to the 100. And the first team to reach 100 to reach the 100, or to score a goal. So you could have one team that's on 90 points, and the other one could have like 5 points. But the one who's on the 5 points that scores is the one that's going to get the win. I've actually had that happen once before, where my team basically like just allowed the enemy team to just stroll straight into our side of the map, and the E100 just blasted the ball and just went straight over the top of me, and I couldn't do anything. I'd already shot the ball to try and stop it, and then the E100 just shot the ground below the ball, and that just made the ball just kind of like fly straight up into the air, straight over the top of me, and then there was really nothing I could do at that point. So yeah, now we're in a situation here. Now at this point I was getting really nervous because I was just like, oh god, please don't be one of those situations where the ball just gets stuck in the corner. And this is where I'm really worried at this point, like, because I don't want to lose because we're already at 55 points. We're winning, and I really don't want to lose at this point. And now we're starting to gain points again, so we're about to even out the scores there now. And And now it pretty much comes down to a game of like me. My lead was pretty far off in this game. Looking back on it in the replays, in the game I was so confident in my lead, but I kept just underleading all my shots. Like that was like a really bad habit I had during this game. Now at this point I'm just trying to like keep the ball over there, keep the ball over there, and now we're 84 points. We have a 21 point advantage. The ball is right in front of the goal. I blast the ball and kind of miss, I think actually, and then one of us manages to like blast the ball out there, and at this point I'm just pleading with the AMX, just saying like, get the ball over there, get the ball over there. If you possibly can, AMX, keep the ball over there. I'm just like, and then just like, no, wait, why am I talking to someone who can't even hear me? And yet again, I thought I'd scored the goal, but yet again, I underled the shot. I kept doing that in this game, and I don't know why. I'm not gonna blame it on lag or anything like that. I think it was just me not being like fully aware of like what the hell I was doing, and that's the end of the game there. So one final thing I just need to show you, and then we'll finish off the video. Okay, so the final thing I just want to go over in this video is actually the camos that are available from this, what I would describe as an event. So as you can see here, there's all like the typical camos and stuff which you've just unlocked over time. Like I've never used any of them because I've just always thought like, keep them as like a collector thing. So yeah, as you can see here, you can see the Ford camo, which is probably the most subtle of the three camos which are available from this event, so far at least. The goalkeeper, which is, well, talk about a shoot me target. I mean, Jesus Christ. Why, like, I understand, like, football, like, things are bright as hell, like they're, like, really high vis and shit, but Jesus, like, that's like a traffic cone. And then there's this one here, which is actually my favorite looking one. I think that one there looks pretty decent. Also, I can see some practical usage for this one here because, well, it has the green, which might mix in with some like more like more green maps, and it also has the white, which might mix in with some of the more snowy maps. So potentially this thing could have some practical use. This one here is just very understated and looks kind of interesting. I actually think that one's probably one of the better overall ones. Just like more of like a just like I'm trying to think of like a good way to describe this here. Like understated is probably like the only word I would really use. It kind of reminds me of the Wargaming Fest one from a while ago, like this one here, but just with the orangey areas and slightly bigger blocks. But yeah, I think that one there looks pretty good. Meanwhile, the goalkeeper one is just ridiculous looking. I mean, why? Like, the brightness is just insane looking. Like, like if you're driving anything more than tanks, like I don't see this. Like, I could see people throwing this on scout tanks just for a laugh because scout tanks are already the ultimate shoot me targets. So that's probably like the best thing possible you could put onto one of those things. And then when it comes to like the actual event tanks themselves, they have a couple different options for camos. There's this one here. There's this one here. And there is this one here. And if I'm honest, I think this one here is probably my favorite looking one. I think that one looks pretty interesting. I kind of like the little like mixture in of green there. And you also have the same presets that were available in the other ones as well. Like personally, I'm probably going to keep this one here as like a collector sort of thing. Meanwhile, these two here, I don't see myself spending 1,750 gold on a camo. Yeah, not really gonna do that. I mean, as an example, I think the Black Widow one costs like 850. What is it like? Oh no, 750. See, it's like half. It's over 1,000 gold cheaper. What? Or no, it's about 1,000 gold cheaper. I mean, why is the other ones? Why are the other ones so expensive? I don't know. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I really have to go over. Let me know what you guys think is like the best camo out of the three of them, and or do you just think they're ridiculous? Like I can definitely see that camp coming into play because, well, some of them are a lot more uh, over the top than others. But well, I think all three of them people will probably dislike in some shape or form. And which vehicle do you think is the best for this mode? Do you prefer the E100, the T62, or the MX? I'm actually curious to know like what the ratio would be. I've a strong feeling the MX will probably be like the most niche one. Then the E100 and T62 will probably be the two main ones that people play. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.